y'all gonna cook me no matter who I say because every straw hat is endeared to you. But my least improved, I gotta be honest, y'all. First of all, her design. I like her pre-time skip design more. Ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned One Piece earlier. I've watched 800 episodes of this Joan at this point. Mind you, I came from literally saying I would never watch the show. Now I'm 800 episodes in, and it's time to just have a conversation about the show. We haven't had an episode recap in God knows how long. Let's start off with just like the end of Dressrosa or whatever, because there's a lot of shit prior to before that, and then there's shit that like way afterwards. So first things first, man. How do I feel about the post-time skip now that we have a good amount of episodes after it or whatever? I'm not gonna lie, I thought at first it was just seeming like, okay, they're just more mature, but same shit. But they kind of just like still showed that at the end of the day, these niggas are 2 years older, but they still just as immature. It's still a different vibe, but like they're still the same people. I think the best way to put it is everyone feels like they've grown up, but they still have their gimmicks. Nami is still gonna be a slut for money. Usopp is still gonna be a coward, but like he's stronger. You feel me? Luffy's still Luffy. Luffy will always be Luffy. I think that's the one character that shouldn't necessarily get too different. It'd be fucking weird. And if he does get different, we'll see what the direction is for him. Like Zoro, I guess, is like the key example of this, right? Because Zoro, you could argue, has definitely matured. He was already the mature guy. He's like severely matured more. However, with Zoro, sometimes it may not feel that way because they really go into the lost gimmick a lot. Whether that's good or bad, that's up to you. But like they literally like Zoro's probably grown up a lot, but it's just, I mean, he's just the nigga that gets lost now. he is the nigga that gets lost now. He is the nigga that's like, okay, hey gang, I ain't crashed out yet, but I'm still like trying to work to be the second strongest. Hell, I'm low-key trying to be stronger than Luffy, but he's not stronger than Luffy. So yeah, that's what that's going on for him. Now, I want to talk about this guy who very synonymous with me and my One Piece experience, because a lot of people are upset that notoriously, like for some reason it's notorious. I thought I was just being a chill guy, but you all, man, like I stole something from y'all, man. I didn't think I did that much, but you all just swear I just did something so cruel. The Frank bot. Last time I reviewed this show on stream, I think YouTube, it's been like 600 episodes, but last time I reviewed the Frankster, the Frank bot, you know, I thought that he was cool. He probably my most improved player. Since the time skip, I didn't think I'd fuck with Franky because of the design. I mean, look at him. He looks like Optimus Prime meets Astro Boy. But nah, fuck with the Frankster. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I almost watched his backstory for I almost decided to go back and watch his backstory because I fuck with the Frankster, man. He like 100% has just grown up to be a guy that's like, you know what he's gonna say and do, but he's also kind of like endearing and charming about it. Like he has a way of impacting the story, even if it's like something so far out. Like for example, in Dressrosa with the factory thing, that's a perfect role for Franky. Just be a fucking tank. Just be a fucking tank. Now, someone else who I have not mentioned, my least improved player. And this was a tough one. It was between two people. But in my opinion, y'all gonna cook me no matter who I say because every straw hat is endeared to you at its finest. But my least improved, I gotta be honest, y'all. Usopp, I'm gonna talk about Usopp when we talk about Usopp. Gang. I just think, first of all, her design, I like her pre-time skip design more. But like from what I'm seeing, and I can tell from what I just saw, like 10 episodes, because I just hit episode 800 today. From what I just saw, I think this is about an age like milk. I will say they, and I do mean from like episode 800, like for those that are way too far in the series, this is about when, by the way, obvious spoiler warning if you're not at episode 800. This is around when like they're introducing, okay, the Emperor's got the fucking Rubik's Cubes that she can read. So as a result, one, that she's going to be an even more hunted asset, but two, it's like, shit, you're strong enough to go out there and seek them yourself, damn it. So Yeah, she's probably going to turn this take into an age like milk. Let me be very clear, because she's literally about to de facto be stupid important. However, as of this very moment, I think this is why I'm fair saying what I'm about to say. She just hasn't had anything to do. I mean, think about it. Think about it, bro. What has she? The most significant thing she did was tank a couple of tree branches or nails or whatever for fucking Rebecca. I'm not even saying the character got worse. I don't think that's it at all. If anything, I love the idea that they've made her like kind of like an emotionless nun. So she says the most fucked up shit, and everybody's just like, "What the Robin? What the fuck?" I think that actually works for her character, but like. She literally, I'm not even saying this out of hate. She just hasn't had anything to do. So she literally just sits there and she's just there. And then everybody's sitting there like, is this like sneakily the third strongest Straw Hat at times? Or the third most useful Straw Hat given on the situation? And it's just like, what the fuck Robin gonna do? Because that's what it is. Because she's just been in roles where she doesn't have to do much, if anything. So by default, she has to be my least improved. But I think this is definitely gonna change in the future, because again, I just got to an episode that was basically tailor-made for telling us two things. One, hey gang, Robin's about to be really important, and two, and most importantly, they're pushing the button. They're pushing the button, ladies and gentlemen. There's a character I have yet to mention. I think I mentioned him vaguely once. They are pushing the button on this guy right now. This is the arc that I'm currently in. They are pushing the Sanji button. They have literally went full blown fuck it. Sanji's gonna matter. Deal with it. Get good pussy. He's already mattered. Let me be very clear before someone goes out of context with that. But Sanji at this point in the series, he's literally the fucking arc. Like, you could call the island, what is it? Monster cake? Something, monster carrot? Some arc. Where the fuck that whole cake arc? I don't fucking know. Who cares? Big Mama's arc. And the whole thing is about retrieving this nigga, but it's more than just retrieving this nigga. It's a matter of like, okay, not only are we trying to save Sanji, but we got to save Sanji from Big Mom, which matters. And then you're also getting essentially another kind of pseudo backstory into the character and everything. And long story less long, they're definitely making you care a lot more about Sanji. And I think that's definitely why anybody who would think that he could be at least improved is gone. Because for a while, he was just this like over the top gooner ass character. He was just this over the top, ooh, women, ooh, titties, ah. So now that he's kind of like chilling, and now that he's kind of like is being seen as an asset right now, and it's just a matter of like trying to remind him that he can be fucking free and he could be with the Straw Hats or whatever. I think that's a perfect spot to put him in, a perfect way to remind you the depth that this character can actually have, because they were putting themselves in trouble if his whole thing was going to be over the top gimmicky. I'll never forget where I had the most concern about this character was on Fishman Island, when he literally was out of commission for episodes because he had a gooner nosebleed. I was like, oh wow. I was like, oh wow. So like, it's that serious. Like, he's gonna just randomly goon the fuck out. It was fine when he wouldn't hit women. That's perfectly fine. But like, when it was like, oh damn, this nigga literally is just going to not be relevant because he's that horny. Wow. So I was concerned about the character. I'm glad they basically 180'd it in this direction. To talk about my glorious king, before I talk about the final two characters that I'm assuming you guys definitely want me to talk about, my dog Zoro, man. Look, he is the biggest question mark thus far. He's kind of in the Robin boat of haven't had much to do, but then when in doubt, he'll remind you that he's fucking Zoro. So then what I mean by that is like, he's had a bunch of moments where it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, like I know you're cool, but then he'll like cut Pika in half, and it's like, what the it's like, huh? This nigga cut a city in half? How do you do that? So I gotta be fair. There's a lot of one-to-ones with Zoro and Robin, but I think, again, by design, they just haven't had that much to do. So while I can cut them bail, it also, I guess for me, as I'm about to talk about Chopper, my one concern about One Piece, which I'm pretty sure I'm about to eat crow about, but you're still gonna put the fucking knives to my neck, is did they write themselves into a gang? Somebody got to be asked because we have too many characters. Because I'm not gonna lie, if there's a character that I just don't give a fuck about, it's Chopper right now, dog. I don't care about Chopper. It's not that I dislike the character. I just don't care about him. Just don't like it's Chopper. Oh, it's a Chopper scene. Okay, cool. Like right now, he's in the mirror dimension, and that's probably going to be the most boring plot for me. You know, like I can tell thus far. I don't know how major of that arc is going to be. That subplot is going to be, but that's probably going to be the most boring person to me. Just him and the little bunny bitch in the goddamn fuck mirror dimension. I think that's literally what they call it. Yeah, I'm just not interested. I don't know how to get out. I'm confused with. I'm intrigued by it because I'm confused on how they'll escape. I'm not intrigued because it's Chopper. However, I think there's somebody who I'm starting to see in the One Piece community that is a vastly underrated character. Disgustingly underrated character. Probably the most underrated character right now, if you had to ask me. Ladies and gentlemen, not too much on Usopp. What the what the hell is going on? What the fuck is going on? And when I say underrated, I've seen people talk about Brook. I'll talk about Brook as well. But Brook is kind of like just an objectively good character to me. I don't think anyone has an issue with Brook. That's why I don't think Brook's underrated. Brook is just a character that like people don't bring up because, you know, his plot significance for the most part is But Brook's a good character. I think nobody thinks Brook is boring. Nobody, like, he's literally the comedy guy. He has his moments. He has timely quotes. He has mature quotes, all these other things. When it comes to Usopp, I see a lot of people just don't like the guy. And I'm like, really? Usopp is literally like, what if we were in One Piece? And not only is he what if we were in One Piece, but he's kind of like consistently the most relatable person in One Piece. I know that's kind of me cheating, but like, I don't like Usopp thing going on. I don't see the boring. I don't see the repeated gimmick. I don't see any of that. I don't see any of that shit. I don't know what you guys don't see. I see a character that like time in and time out is in situations that he really don't want to be in, but he's a straw hat pirate, but he cares about Luffy, but he wants to make sure his own ambitions and Luffy's ambitions are fulfilled. As a result, he'll do certain things because he's a stand-up motherfucking guy, especially when he finally has those moments of being fucking brave. I just don't see how simultaneously he's like this objective, oh yeah, some people think he's ass, worst of worst characters. Like if I were to ask, and I seen people typing right now, and then there's even a poll in my stream right now. That's what I'm saying. I don't think other characters on this list are overrated or underrated, but this character I think is definitely underrated because there's a good subsection that just thinks the character's awful, and I just don't see it. But speaking of awful, that was a lot of positivity. There's some good and bad with One Piece since the time skip, but there is also some awful. And you all knew this was coming. You all get numb to the word, and that's fine. But as a person who had to watch that shit on stream, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this once and one time only. Yeah, One Piece owes me about 5 years of my life back. I'm not playing. Nah, this was ridiculous. No. Chat, spam the emote. Spam the blank stare at One Piece emote. Chat, there is a scene. And for those that are not in my stream, when they find the emote I'm talking about, they'll spam it. If you don't know the scene that this is, and some people found the right one, some people are using me. No, it's the other one. There you go. If you don't know where that's from, this is from a moment in Dressrosa where the entire episode is dedicated to, hey gang, don't let the birdcage kill you. Okay, I guess we need an entire episode for that. The worst part is though, it's a ton of like panel ups and it's a ton of common sense shit like someone's buried under a rock. I'm not gonna save him. Then the speech, I guess I'll save him. But then the worst part is there's a couple of scenes where shit you not, there's people doing nothing. They're like literally after the speech, this emote that you're seeing right now on your screen, I'm doing it wrong. It's this way. This emote that you're seeing literally is post-speech, so everyone's helping each other up. The old granny starts running and everything. Immediately after all of that, there's a guy who's just like this for 10 seconds. And I'm almost not even remotely fabricating that. He literally, like, me and Chad had the hardest laugh because he's just sitting there like, It's like, what the fuck? Huh? And this was something that's always been a problem with One Piece. I'm not saying it's new to the time skip, new to Dressrosa or anything like that, but man, was it abundant there. I think that episode, along with the episode of Chopper making it through a tunnel, but you don't even see Chopper on the screen, is just like all time. All right, One Piece, what the fuck levels of pacing? There's a lot of good in Dressrosa, but this was the awful. To talk about the bad before I talk about the good and even great, because yes, I think there's obvious great in Dressrosa. To talk about the bad, the Zoro fight was not it. I rewatched it just to see how I felt. Nah, not only did you drag it, but even in the episode where it concludes, it's just the moment. After the moment, nah. And the fact that that's probably, like, fights not including Luffy, that's probably the second or third best one is so crazy. No, not second. The second is easily the kicker guy in Baby 5. That's easily the second best one. But the third, yeah, the fact that you could legitimately argue it's the third best one because the other fights are just that forgettable is kind of crazy. Yeah, I was not a fan of pretty much anything that did not have to do with these three on the screen. I have to admit it. And I think it's very hard to say these two. For anybody who says, no, just these two. No. We're not cutting out Law. We're not going to. And I probably am wrong because we can't cut out Sabo. But it's honestly, Sabo is like the cool B plot that I'm cool with. It's really, if it weren't these three on the screen, get it the out of here. It was just not cooking. Now, to talk about the good and the great, before the Straw Hats think I'm hating on their series. The good is everything involving Law was cooked. Everything involving Law was a fucking cook. Let's just throw that to the wall. Let's just say that. All right, let's let you understand that I said it. Let's let you understand that I mean 10, 15, 20, 30 toes that I send it. And now let's move on. Everything involving Franky as well, nigga. So let's get those two characters. Let's push them to the side because I shit you not, everything involving those two characters was good. Everything, if not great, everything involving those two characters was cooked. Like I was never bored when Franky or Law was on the screen. It was even the side fight. I thought about going live on the side fight that Franky had because it was pretty fucking cool. But alas, as great as their moments were, man, maybe it was by design of the arc. I think it was by design of the arc. There's a lemon on the ground. I'm not gonna lie. It was about these two. They tried to make you care so much about Rebecca and the toy soldier, and I fuck with toy soldier until he wasn't a toy soldier. And ironically, the reveal was cool, and after that, it was kind of Kiros, I guess. But Rebecca, I really don't give a fuck about. However, these two, I mean, what are we talking about? Luffy literally like. This was probably one of Luffy's best performances for me. Just and more realistic of performances. He didn't just bust out Gear 4 pause if needed and then just dolo. Like he didn't just do it and then win. And that was very refreshing. It was a believable you didn't finish him off. It was a believable comeback story. The only thing unbelievable was how tanky Doflamingo truly fucking is. But outside of that, Doflamingo's a fantastic character, so I'm not mad that he's fucking tanky. Like Doflamingo for me is probably my new number one antagonist. Yeah, Doflamingo for me probably is my number one antagonist thus far. We'll see how time goes on to justify or disqualify that claim, because there's two other antagonists coming up. I repeat, there are two other antagonists coming up. But thus far, Dressrosa had a lot of hits, had a lot of misses. But I think all in all, I would definitely give the arc a thumbs up simply because Doflamingo and Luffy, man. Again, when they were on the screen, not only was I not bored, but I was also asking what happens next. It was layup lines. Now, this one I got to be careful, so I'm gonna go to my Twitter here. So then I'm like, all right, the arc's gonna calm down, you know. They arrested Dofi. Is what it is, you know. Type shit type. Chat, I'm just over here. I think I was editing one of my reels because I'm trying to lock in on Instagram. I'm editing one of my reels about 2 minutes, I'm sorry, left of an episode. And one of them fodder pirates from like the little tournament in Dressrosa, they're just sitting there on a cloud and they're like, oh, here he goes again. I'm like, the fuck is he? Some nigga jumps off of a fucking cloud. I shit you not. Some nigga jumps off a fucking cloud head first into the ground. And as he's about to get up, the narrator comes in. Yeah, in a one-on-one fight, don't go against this nigga. So out of fucking nowhere, Kaido just fucking shows up, and immediately I know shit's real. Because this is the guy that they're chasing. And they've done, I can tell by design, they're doing everything in their fucking power to hide Kaido from the Straw Hats this far. Like, everything in their power to hide Kaido from the Straw Hats this far. So, Kaido is a guy that we're just hearing all of these motherfuckers that they're about to fight. Yeah, they just get cooked by Kaido. So, anytime Luffy fights someone really absurdly strong, anytime Luffy's pushed to gear 3, even gear 4, I'm sitting here like, damn, this shit really is stupid, because how the fuck they gonna beat this nigga? So I actually like that they're not trying to, and this is a problem in the WWE community nowadays, but this is one of those moments where I actually would be with the modern WWE fan. The modern WWE fan has a problem with accepting bullshit or shit getting pushed down because you gotta let the story cook. This is one of the situations where I'm actually fine with not getting the instant payoff of Kaido versus Luffy, because for a long time, yeah, this shit's about to cook up. Because right now, if they were face to face, I wouldn't even take One Piece seriously if Luffy landed a clean punch. Like I wouldn't take the shit seriously. I'd be like, okay, we're just yapping. We're just yapping. We're just talking. That's fine. Who cares? So then there's that. That's not the only big dog. Hell, that's not the only big mama in the building. Cause I don't know what the fuck is up with this deranged Teletubby. But now I'm here. But before I go there, that's what I was trying to remember. Before I go there, there was an somewhat arc in between, and basically they're on this fucking elephant island, and they're basically on this elephant island. The reason why I accidentally skipped it is because, respectfully, it's an arc. It is an arc that did happen. Nothing too over the top, very emotional, but like common blue balls the entire time. I guess that's the thing. Yeah, I don't even think it's bad, because I'm thinking about what I don't like, and there's not a lot of things I don't like. It's just an arc. It's just an arc. It'll probably matter later on, but an info dump arc, yeah, it feels like a crazy info dump arc any fucking way. Y'all don't have to sit there and play damn near spoiler chat. You're good. But reality of the situation, and I'm just like, okay, that was an arc that happened. For example, some of the info dumps that I guess chat is freaked out about and upset at is like the samurai thing. The samurais are cool with the little Mouska Mickey Mouse niggas. The Tot is actually a fucking king, lord, or whatever the fuck. There's like several things that that matter. It's not that it's an arc that doesn't matter. It's like watching it right now. You feel me? Like it's not that it doesn't matter. It's just cool. It's cool art. It's nothing that like, why would I rewatch that art? You feel me? It's just cool. It's cool art. I don't think there's a reason I would sit there and say, oh yeah, this is better than this arc, that arc, this arc, that arc. Like, come on, bro. It's cool. Especially if we're talking One Piece to One Piece, because that's all you fucking niggas know. If we're talking One Piece to One Piece, nigga, every other arc prior to, there's a lot of arcs that are better than that one. It's cool. Skypiea, Thriller Park, and Fishman in the bottom 3. I don't dislike Skypiea. Maybe that's a hot take on me. So maybe I'm taking this arc. I'm taking this arc as worse than Skypiea. I don't dislike Skypiea, and they've referenced the island in the sky too many fucking times. So the idea, and I'm not trying to reverse gaslight y'all, because like literally when I do these recaps, I know if I don't say everything's peak, it's cooked. So I can't live with that. But what I am gonna say is, I'm not trying to reverse gaslight y'all when I say this, but we just got done talking about the elephant island arc or whatever the fuck that shit's called. Zoro, that's his name. We just got done talking about that, and that's an info dump thing. The whole time they've been teasing on how Skypiea must fucking matter, because they keep mentioning it. And yeah, if anything, that arc seems like as important, maybe even potentially more important. So nah, I think I like that one a bit more than Zoe, just because again, Zoe was very emotional. Zoe was an arc that made me care about a lot of characters that I didn't even know who the fuck were immediately, and that deserves credit. But it's just an arc. I don't think it's bad. It's just an arc. But an arc that I think that is going to low-key cook up, it took me a while to get into it because it's just over the top goofy, is whatever this Big Mama Sanji retrieval arc shit is. Yeah, Sanji has definitely become an interesting character off rip. Just like that, you found a way to make this character very, very interesting, giving him a family that's toxic as fuck. I know some of you guys think that I hate backstories. I don't hate backstories. I just hate drag bullshit. So the backstories that they've shown me of Sanji and how his brothers that look like the goddamn Pan-seer, Pan-poor fucking trainers and Pansage from Pokemon. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? But corny, you know what? Them niggas look ugly. But besides his family looking a little like Pokemon trainer-esque, yeah, no, the backstories on his family, the backstories with his literal father, the way that he kind of sent off his friends and everything like that. I think that that's gonna have an enormous payoff. I'll be disappointed if it doesn't. I think that the idea that he told Shawty no. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to nothing else. I'm not gonna lie, call me a main character merchant all you want. I am looking forward to that first confrontation with Big Mom Luffy. Chat lacks self-control mods. If you got an emote only on it, go ahead. But man, I cannot wait. It's the low-hanging fruit. It's what they've been talking about time in and time in and time in and time out and time in and time in and time in and time out and time in and time in and time in and time out. They have literally talked about capturing everybody, keeping them alive, tormenting people. Okay, you can kill Luffy specifically, though. What the fuck? What you mean? What you mean you can kill Luffy specifically, though? So, man, I cannot fucking wait for it. Right now, as of episode 800, bringing relevance back to Kaido before I suppose I like try to dot my I's and cross my T's before I like try to go over the details of like certain obvious questions that I have yet to answer. To bring Kaido relevant again, Kaido also just did some strong nigga shit, but who cares? We knew he was a strong guy. However, this is what I'm talking about. As of episode 800, Luffy's fighting some biscuit guy who is just spamming the fuck up Biscoff cookie clones. He's literally spamming Delta Biscoff warriors, and Luffy's one-tapping them, but he's gonna run out of, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying if he's having a problem with this guy, and that nigga scared of Big Ma. I'm not saying 4 emperors ain't 4 emperors. Something tells me that nigga Kaido is really the problem here. And nigga, how the hell he gonna be Kaido? So this is why, like, if there's one thing I will tip my hat to One Piece for, it's that, like, usually there's a pacing issue with One Piece. They're going too fast. Going too slow. I love that they're taking their time, because doflamingo was comping all. Shit, that nigga weren't Kaido either. That nigga weren't even Big Ma. And now we are seeing that in 4 fucking K. But I guess now I have to think about certain favorite things or anything like that. I guess my first one, while I'm thinking of like other obvious questions I should be answering, is my favorite character at this point in time is still Zoro. I know I've mentioned Luffy being a fantastic character this entire fucking time, but yeah, no, it's probably still Zoro. Zoro is still like the cool guy. He relate to me because, hey, he get lost, I'd be late. So we relate there. That's twin right there. And I think like his moves just be cool. I don't know. Law is definitely moving up the rankings. He's just not necessarily my favorite or anything. Sometimes Law is like too cool to be my favorite. Does that make sense? He's too cool. He's too cool to be my favorite character. Too cool. My least favorite arc thus far, 800 episodes in. I know we had a lot to say about Dressrosa, but Dressrosa, the good does outweigh the bad. The bad is just literally time of your life. So it's not Dressrosa. I think Zoe, again, chat, maybe the comment section understood what I mean. Then again, I don't read the comment section because you niggas don't have self-control either. Shout out the mods that are apparently working overtime. But I don't hate the Elephant Zoe arc at all. I just don't find it as entertaining. It's just kind of like a learn this, learn that about One Piece thing. One Piece is like arguably the goat of world building. So that's what that arc was for me. So I wouldn't consider that. The Caesar arc. What's the Caesar shit? What's Caesar's arc? Because I don't think his arc is bad, but it's one to think about. Nah, I wouldn't say that's near the bottom either. For me, Punk Hazard, yeah, Punk Hazard for me, it came to mind because a lot of people bring up Fishman Island or whatever. And Fishman Island, I don't think Fishman Island is the worst. It just has a lot of shit that'll piss you off, like Sanji, for example. He's a very infuriating character. You could argue that essentially fighting, and Chat's gonna say racist, but knock off Arlong was type shit. So there's a so there's a lot of things about Fisherman Island that I could consider as well. But I think I'm probably gonna still stick to my guns and just stay. Thriller Bark was just, it was just such like everything's a joke. It was too jokey. And I guess that's my one fear with Big Ma, even though I doubt it's gonna be the case because they've already shown her to be intimidating. But yeah, it was too jokey, and then it got serious. But by the time it got serious, kind of didn't care because you've been jokey for like 99 times. The coolest fight of that entire arc, literally, if Zoro wasn't there, I didn't care. That's almost the dangerous way to put it. And Zoro's my favorite fucking character, so what did that tell you? But Zoro literally has the two best moments in that arc to me: the time he did absolutely nothing, and the time that he got the sword from the Brook Shadow. Both of those moments, I think, are hilariously the two best in the moment. I mean, two best in the arc. So I'm probably still gonna say that Thriller Bark is probably my least favorite arc. My most favorite arc now, though, you know, it's not like a good Marine Ford. I can't lie. Nothing like a good Marine Ford. If Dressrosa shit just wasn't that motherfucking long, it would be. There's a world where you take out nonsenseless episodes like, hey gang, the birdcage is closing. You take out senseless episodes like dedicating an episode each to every side fight. I'm sorry, and it would just work so much better. But I can't, man. And then there's some things even conceptually with like Bellamy, for example, I didn't fuck with. And mind you, I thought the nigga was dead. He's alive. Ugh. So I can't say Dressrosa, even though I love Doflamingo, even though I love Law. Luffy was probably my favorite version of Luffy. I'm gonna say that it's probably still Marineford or Enies Lobby, one of the two. I'd probably go with Marineford, just because Enies Lobby really was like drawing the starting line, and Marineford was like the oh shit type thing. So I think it's between those two for me. Now, I guess begs the question, do I think that the pre-time skip still smokes post-time skip? Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I think as of this very moment, the time skip has done a lot to set up for future insane payoffs. We still haven't seen Zoro crash out, let alone get his get back on Mihawk. We still haven't seen Luffy even look at Kaido. Sanji still fucking the Straw Hats ain't been together for most of the post-time skip, gang. So I think by default, yeah, the pre-time skip is definitely better, but it's not like the post-time skip is bad. I'm not even being PC by saying this. I literally don't think the post-time skip is bad. I just think it's doing a lot of setup. It's doing a lot of cooking or whatever, and sometimes it's cooking, and then sometimes you're wasting my time. Oh, man. 800 episodes in. How do I feel about Haki? Haki is definitely an interesting thing. I think, like, as the series goes on, as the series went on, they had to do it. I don't think Haki is anything that's, like, boring, but at some point it's kind of like subtly implied that everybody like damn near has it, unless we're gonna find that one or two absurd villains that's like, oh my god, their shit is their shit's so strong, you know, they don't even need Haki. Ooh, I can sense that coming up in the future and things like that. But for the most part, I don't think I saw a mixed bag in the last One Piece hot takes on Haki. I think I don't have an issue with it. It's nothing seemed too repetitive yet. It doesn't look ugly. Hell, it still looks cool, actually. But one thing, micro criticism that I do have. One Piece has annoying lightning sounds. One Piece has really annoying lightning sounds. Like, really annoying. Like, the amount of, like, screech that One Piece has with his lightning, it's actually damn annoying. It's damn annoying. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like ski. just get out of my ear, bruh. You're scratching my fucking ear, bruh. Favorite antagonist is Doflamingo. I hate to be probably a basic motherfucker, but for the longest time, it was Arlong. Controversial, whatever the case may be. I know a lot of people had Crocodile or whoever the fuck. But, yeah, no, my favorite antagonist for the longest time was still Arlong. No, it's Doflamingo now. Doflamingo just too much of a what the hell is wrong with you character to ignore. How I feel about Gear 4? I already said how I feel about Gear 4, but I guess for the most part, I mean, Gear 4 is kind of like a crash out for him. I think Luffy's damn near gonna kill himself. Is this like Luffy damn near killing himself in these boss fights concerns me about that nigga's life. But outside of that, yeah, no, I think probably in terms of ranking the gears, I guess is what you're getting at. Probably still say Gear 2. I still like Gear 2, but yeah, then I go 4-3. I'd say 2-4-3. I think Gear 3 is literally made for that really, really strong punch. So there's that. Gear 4 is enough. Like Gear 4 and 2 are literally 2 transformations, and Gear 3 is kind of like elephant, Gomu, whatever the fuck. Last but certainly not least, the One Piece fandom. One Piece fans, man, 800 episodes in. Do I see this annoying levels of One Piece that you guys should still be doing? No, I will never see that. Even if One Piece ends up truly becoming my favorite anime and or objectively best anime, I'll never see the light on you niggas just essentially like harassing people and just being like annoying pieces of shit. So I'll never see that. I can say that to a degree, it may come off that way because you guys just have a fuck ton of episodes. So I feel like every 10 One Piece fans, 2 of you actually do have brain cells that work, but you're just in an embodiment of people that like, you know, that. But I do think like 2 out of every 10 One Piece fans are pretty cool. They're pretty chill. But like majority of you niggas, I gotta admit, like it's a combination of like, don't talk about my show the wrong way. Don't talk about any other show if you're mentioning One Piece. Hell, why aren't we watching One Piece right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like and as a person who is liking One Piece to the point where, yeah, I'm a fan of One Piece, I still will never say Sage is a One Piece fan because you niggas got problems. You niggas have literal problems, bro. But furthermore, let me know your thoughts on One Piece. Let me know your thoughts on episode 800, everything prior to. I'm not going to be checking this comment section, but don't spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen the shit either. Take care, stay blessed. See you next time. Why are we watching One Piece right now?